What's happening? Sports Snippets, Dennis Sullivan. What's going on? Before I get started here, want to talk a little Miami Heat Boston Celtics Game 3. Want to discuss how that went and all the different twists and turns that took place in this amazing game. If you do like the content of this particular video, before I get started, please don't forget, go ahead, hit the thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan. Let's get started, guys. Definitely one of the more entertaining games of the year, and especially if you're a Heat fan, you gotta love what happened on Saturday night, as the Miami Heat have now regained home court advantage, number one, and they have taken a 2-1 series lead, best of 7, as they head into Boston Monday night for another really important game, extremely important game for Monday night, the 23rd of May. So this was the kind of game where the best way for me to explain this to you guys is the Heat come out just looking fantastic on offense, hitting shots. They were the aggressors in Game 3, just like the Celtics were the aggressors in Game 2. So it's almost as if they switched roles from Game 2 to Game 3. He'd have a 15-point lead at the half. It was actually a 20-point, 22, 23-point lead, which got chiseled away at right before the half. Celtics scored 5 quick points to close out the first half. Crowd starting to get back into it. Second half ready to start. And then, oh no, then we get the update. Jimmy Butler will not be returning for the second half, which I think even fired up the Boston crowd even more. And as a viewer on my television screen, you're just sitting there going, "Oh no! Here comes the run. Here it comes. Here comes the 17-4 run." And as it turns out, the third quarter I thought was so important because the teams played even. So Heat up 15 at the half. We start the fourth quarter. Heat are still up 15. Boston would only get it down to 9 in the third quarter. And here's the thing. Every time Boston would start, you're sitting there thinking that the Celtics are going to make this big run. The Heat would either force a turnover, which was huge. Celtics starters committed 22 turnovers. 22 turnovers. And if that didn't happen, then either P.J Tucker hit a huge shot or Bam did. Bam was the big story. Bam Adebayo with his 31 points and 10 rebounds and 6 assists and his 4 steals and a block. Bam was the player of the game. The guy that was asked to step it up after Game 2 did so and more. Even though Game 2, Bam really wasn't involved. It was a blowout. He only took 6 shots in Game 2, and he comes back and just leads the team. No Jimmy Butler in the second half. And it was his huge step-up performance by Bam, and I'm going to say it also, P.J Tucker and a few others. Victor Oladipo had 4 steals. He didn't score much. He had 5 points and 4 steals. But Victor Oladipo came through on the defensive end as well. And see, these stops and steals and, change of possession, all these things, slowed down the Celtics from getting on this run that we were all kind of sitting there going, because that crowd was fired up. You could hear them just blaring through your TV screen on Saturday night. So the Heat wind up with a 6-point win in Boston, 109-103. This was big. This was a big win. P.J Tucker finishes with 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 steals. Butler only playing the first half, 8 points, 2 steals. So Butler's injury not considered to be serious from what I'm reading this morning. I would imagine he's day-to-day, and I also would imagine that his status for Game 4 is up in the air as I make this video Sunday night. Also, now you had the big turnovers. What about the three-pointer by Strus, the Max Strus rainbow three? I mean, he just, hits this clutch three with about 2 minutes left, and you could almost see some of the air come out of the Celtics a little bit when he hits that three. Strus finishes with 16 and 4 rebounds. Kyle Lowry, 11 points, 6 assists, and also 4 steals for Kyle Lowry. Tyler Hero was not quite his normal self. He finished with 8 points, 3 assists. The thing with Tyler Hero is he's so good at making tough shots that when he doesn't hit the tough shots, you're kind of sitting there like, oh no. So you kind of have that factor with him. But more times than not, Tyler Hero is definitely coming through for the Miami Heat. Gabe Vincent added 3 points, a steal, and a block. Caleb Martin got a lot of time, a decent amount of time. And he played well, I thought. 8 points, 3 rebounds, a steal, and a block. You need Caleb Martin. He's very athletic. He's going to help you defensively. He's good. He's a hustling player. I mean, he's good with loose balls, causing turnovers. Very good all-around player. Duncan Robinson and Dwayne Dedmon would see limited action. Robinson, they both finished, Robinson, 2 points and a rebound. Dedmon finished with 2 rebounds. So for the Celtics, it was Jaylen Brown carrying them in Game 3. 40 points, 9 rebounds, a steal, and a block. He was phenomenal, although he turned it over something like 7 times. So there you go, guys. I mean, the Heat, the ability of the Miami Heat to turn over the Celtics, that was the story of Game 3. Al Horford was tremendous, 20 points, 14 rebounds, 3 blocks. Jason Tatum had an off night, was covered by P.J. Tucker for much of the game. That was a surprise. Jason Tatum only 10 points on 3 of 14 shooting from the field, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Marcus Smart played well. He had 16, 4, and 7. And, of course, that was another thing because he gets hurt. And then all of a sudden he's limping back, through the crowd, all dramatic, coming back on. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, is he really able to play? I mean, is he going to be effective out there? And he was. He made a couple of big shots, made a couple of big plays. Daniel Theis really did not really play a lot, though. He started a point and 3 rebounds. Grant Williams played well for the Celtics, 10 points, 5 rebounds, steal, and a block. Other than Grant Williams, they didn't get much from their bench. They only really played 8 guys, did the Celtics. Derek White had 2 rebounds, an assist, and 2 blocks. Peyton Pritchard, 3 points, 4 assists. Nick Stauskas and Juwan Morgan just came in for not even a minute. Stauskas had 3 points. Morgan had a rebound. So the Celtic bench really, other than Grant Williams, they didn't really get much from their bench. And really, it was really Horford and Brown and a little bit of Marcus Smart that carried them. Horford and Jaylen Brown carried the Celtics, and they almost carried them to victory. But this is some series. This is a really good series. Whenever you match up the top 2 seeds in the conference for the conference championship, which is what we have here, team seeded 1 and 2, it's going to be a good matchup. It's going to be very entertaining. And I like it. It's a lot of fun to watch. Now, it's not going to be fun to watch if the Heat lose Game 4, though. So that's going to be Monday night. Let's hope the Heat can remain healthy as we move forward. Let's see what happens. I would imagine if Butler's not back for Game 4, he's definitely back for Game 5. But let's see what happens. Maybe he plays Game 4. That's going to be that's the number one topic to keep track of, and of course Hero's status with the quad injury. So let me know what you think. Got to see what happens, guys. Got to see what happens moving forward. The Heat defense, I like what I saw, and I've liked a lot of what I've seen. We all have throughout this season. Saturday night was no exception. The Heat defense comes through when it counts the most. And let's hope for something close to a repeat performance on Monday night. So let me know what you think. Talk to you soon, and bye for now.